The Pan-African Women's Organization, otherwise known as PAWO, was founded in 1962 in Tanzania. The organization is a platform that brings African women's organizations together to share good practices and promote human rights and gender equality. PAWO, in conjunction with the SWAPO Party Women's Council, is launching the Anti-Alcohol and Drug Abuse campaign on Friday. Joining me this morning with the details is Eunice Iipinge, who's the president of the Pan-African Women's Organization and also the secretary of the SWAPO Party Women's Council. Good morning, Ms. Iipinge.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Let's jump right into this, the launch of the program.
Okay.
The program is called the Say No to Drugs and Alcohol. And this forms part of the annual action plans for both the SWAPO Party Women's Council and the Pan-African Women's Organization Action Plan. What does this entail?
The mothers of this country met on 2016 at Capeman SWAP Congress.
Yes.
And passed a resolution after noted that there is abuse of alcohol and drugs among our youth.
Yes.
And we decided to take action to sensitize our youth the danger of using drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
So we decided now to come up with the project. The same with the Pan-African Women's Organization. When Namibia was given an assignment to lead the region,
Yes.
the PAWO Southern Africa, before the Congress last year, had the same objective. Because the abuse of drugs and alcohol is not only in Namibia,
Yes.
it's affecting the whole continent,
Yes.
young people. Wherever you move, you see these young people roaming in the streets and look hopeless. And we realize that as mothers, we need to do something, particularly among the age beyond the age of 18.
Yes.
And then we decided, we agreed to have a joint project to produce the materials that we use in the campaign among the youth. We have contracted a consultant, and the consultant produced the material. So this is the launch that we are launching on the 26th of February at Country Club at 11. It's going to be a virtual launch.
Yes.
But there will be other people on the round table in accordance with the COVID-19
Regulations.
measures.
Yes.
So, but it will also be appearing on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms to attract the youth.
So let's look at the problem with underage drinking. We understand that it's a significant problem in Namibia. And how does this campaign speak to the mandate of PAWO and the SWAPO Party Women's Council?
As mothers, these are our children.
Yes.
And yet both organizations have got a mandate to look after our young ones.
Absolutely.
To look after our children and to make sure that they lead their life to be successful. We have noted about the impact of alcohol and the drug addiction and how it destroys the person, particularly among the youth, among young ones, because the young ones' brains are still small and they have responsibility of finishing school so that they start work and they become responsible people in the future. But we have realized that if they do be addicted by drugs and alcohol, they will not fulfill that responsibility. They will not be useful people in the society in the future. So we have noted this danger and we want to warn them, to sensitize them about the danger of using alcohol and drugs at their age. That is the enemy to their future being. So we embarked on producing materials, and the materials are to be used for campaign, giving messages. The process of this materials compilation was done with those who were victims of this drug and alcohol abuse, young ones. And it was collected with the consent of their parents. Some of those who, the respondents were those who have been rehabilitated, and they are giving messages. So material, we have the print materials. We also have the videos on animated cartoons. Because we need to protect the image. We need to protect the image of these young ones. As they are talking about stories, they are still members of the society, and they are giving their experience for the purpose of sensitizing others to say no to drugs and alcohol abuse.
And you just mentioned now that there'll be an animation series, and you'll also be using social media platforms as well, and local media platforms as well. Now, we want to know what activities actually form part of this event.
We have the government representatives, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and National Services, the National Youth Council. We also have learners speaking on this launching, and also the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty, Eradication. So these, we said, are stakeholders that we feel that if they are to join the campaign will reach a little bit further. We will also share materials with African countries, but we are thinking that should the resources available, we will translate these messages in Portuguese and French for African countries. Arabic can also be accommodated, but it depends on the resources, and both human resources and finance to be able to do so, and the people who are convincing with languages to be able to translate. And so you did mention that this is for youth under the age of 18 years old. Now we want to know if emphasis is given on the girl child, what happens to the boy child? No, we are not emphasizing on the girl child per se. We are saying young people. That's the language we are using. The girl child, we are emphasizing more on the impact of a woman on this, because it also affects your reproductive system. So we are emphasizing on the girl child to say this does not even not only affect your mental and psychological well-being, but also your reproductive organs, that you may even end up having no children. So this is where more emphasis is on the girl child's health, and also as a woman, you don't need to behave like a man. In most of our cultures, they say a man is a dog. But as we are not the dogs, we have something to protect.
And Mrs. Iipinge, you did mention when the event is taking place, you did mention that it's taking place at the Country Club at 11 o'clock, and it's a virtual event taking place this Friday. Okay, and just to conclude, do you have any final remarks for our viewers?
For the viewers, I just want to request for the support in the campaign. That this is not only the campaign for SWAPO Women Council
Yes.
and PAWO. It should be a societal campaign, collective campaign, because these are our future.
Yes,
Our
absolutely,
children
yes.
are our future. And if we don't take collective measures to curb against this use of alcohol and drug abuse, we will end up in the society that will be full of crime, irresponsible people, and how do we survive?
Yes, yes.
So we need the family at the family level, at community level, at the district and all levels
Yes.
to deal with this. We also have some adults who are victims of this, and we also want to help them
Okay.
to say no.
Yes.
Maybe what I should say is that we have produced this type of material, although we are going to show them during the launch.
Yes.
We can, this is both a lighter and a key holder.
Oh, very interesting.
So one can hold it, and it's also giving the message, no to drugs and alcohol.
Yes, all right.
We also produced this, the cell phone holder.
Yes.
It's also giving a message, no to alcohol and drugs.
Yes.
This is to attract the youth, because this thing. And then we have the stickers to your cars.
Yes.
It's saying no to drugs and alcohol. It is never too late to stop.
Yes.
You can stop and run your life, pick up the pieces. This is another sticker to the cars. It is it's the same.
Yes.
It's saying no to drugs and alcohol. Let's take a stand
Yes.
against the substance abuse among our youth. So we should take a stand.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that, Mrs. Iipinge. Thank you for showing us your promotional items as well. Thank you for giving us information on the launch of this project that I think is very, very fundamental, very, very important for our youth, since our youth, they are the future of our generation.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining us.
very much for. I can give you also.
Okay,
You can be an agent of change.
thank you very much. We'll get those after the show.
Yeah.
Thank you, yes. Well, there you have it. That was Ms. Eunice Iipinge, who's the Pan-African Women's Organization's president, as well as the secretary of the SWAPO Party Women's Council, speaking to us about the Say No to Drugs and Alcohol campaign, which will be taking place at the Country Club. This is a virtual campaign taking place at the Country Club at 11 o'clock this coming Friday.